obviously growing up in the UK, that was the country that influenced me the most. As a child, when I was in Holland, I was still developing and finding myself. So can't say that culturally I took much from there. No disrespect to the country or the culture itself. It's just a different point in my childhood. In the UK, I learned, the art of being punctual. I learned the importance of being, organized, flexible, creative. When I moved to Switzerland, that really helped me be efficient, more master the art of perfection, because that's how the Swiss are, right? When people think of Switzerland, they think of high quality, and that's embedded in their culture. So I think maybe one drawback of that country, depending on your opinion, is they are very rule to the book, just like the Germans, right? And that's where the British advantage maybe is, where you are more flexible, more diplomatic, you're more open-minded a little bit. And it's not to say one is more superior than the other, but for me, in terms of how it's helped me shape, I'm able to, let's say, convert from one to another in my environment, how I need to be. So, if I come into contact with a person from a German-speaking country, I can sort of be in their level. I can understand what their expectations are. Whereas if I'm talking with a British person, it's a bit more like, depending almost like on the weather, that will be the result, I think, on the subject of culture, though, one thing that I still can't, get acclimatized or accustomed to, small talk.
Yeah, small talk. Yeah.
Sorry, I've tried and I do it out of respect, but I don't do that with my super close friends. Even Ukrainians, we don't talk about the weather.
Yeah, no, it's true. Ukrainians, I tell you, a lot of people don't know this, but Ukrainians find small talk very hard for them. Like, even if you say, how are you doing? Ukrainians will actually literally sit down and will tell you the full story about what to do. Usually, you know how it is. You go to work, you say hello. It's like, it's the normal thing in here in UK. When you speak to someone, hey, how are you? People are like, yeah, I'm fine, great, and wonderful, and they walk by. But Ukrainians are different. If you say, hi, how are you? He will sit down, hey, listen, my friend, this is what has gone on, tell you the story.
Yeah, they can interpret that as maybe being, not polite, basically. Yeah. And my sister's more British than I am, for sure. Also because she grew up all her life in the UK, right? She didn't have that international exposure like I did, living in different countries. And she's the one who tells me that sometimes stuff like this, like, I should say this, or you should be like that next time. I'm like, okay. Learning from my sister, instead of she learning from me.